What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here with an unboxing of the T-Mobile Galaxy S4G. This is a variation on their initial Galaxy S device, the Vibrant, all done up in 4G clothing, which is going to add a bit of nuances and some great new features. We'll go through all those in just a minute. In the meantime, let's go ahead and dig in. Of course, for any phone unboxing, we will bring in the big ol' unnecessarily large knife to cut this package. This is going to be released on February 23rd for $199.99 on a 2-year contract. And of course, we'll get to all the specs and the rest of that goodness here. Let me just go ahead and hack into the package and see what we got. And still, do you guys think it's always a joke when I say not cut off a finger? I'm still skeptical every time that I'm going to indeed hack off a finger. So let's see what we got in here. We gotta still continue the package of cutting trend. Don't cut any papers in there. Let's see what we got. Alright, and there's the device. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Pull that out off camera. Is there a phone number on there or anything? Alright. 4G, and this time it's not Avatar featured, it is Inception. Pretty good movie, actually. So there is a picture of the Galaxy S 4G on the front. We've got some spec information on the side. It's got that typical T-Mobile box now with the gap in the middle. And then some little bit about it on the back. So this is probably a good time to actually run through some of the specs on this guy, and I'll show you what they all are once we take the phone out. So it does have the sort of Galaxy S stuff that we've seen in the past. 4-inch Super AMOLED screen, and I'll give you more details on that. This guy does have Android 2.2, which is nice for a Galaxy S device. Certainly they've struggled to get that onto their phones. 5-megapixel camera. It's got 802.11b GNN. Still rocking the same 1 GHz Hummingbird processor, which is extremely fast, just one core. And it's got a 1,650 milliamp hour battery, up from the 1,500 milliamp hour battery found in the Vibrant. And of course, the big news is access to T-Mobile's 21 Plus HSPA network. Alright, but we'll go through more specs as we look at the phone. So here is the phone itself. Looks very similar and feels very similar, but I think without the battery, to the Vibrant. Push it off to the side, see what else we're going to get in the box. I bet you guys can guess, though, what's going to be in here. We've got some information, which I don't think anybody's really going to read. But there you have it. So you've got your wall adapter, you've got your, assuming, micro USB charging cable, pair of, oh, there is your memory card, which I assume is an adapter for, yep, it is a micro SD adapter. So there's a micro SD card in there. We'll check the size of that. We've got a pair of stereo headphones with microphones, and that is about it. Pretty standard stuff for a box. Oh, I don't see a battery in there. Maybe the battery's in the phone, it's just way lighter now. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this thing out of the bag. Nope, there definitely is a battery in there. But I can say that now because I already said there wasn't. Alright, so let's peel this off because I know you guys hate this stuff on the screen. We'll do the same here on the back. If I can. Get that plastic off. Come on! Boom. Alright, so let's recap some of the specs and sort of get more into detail on the device itself. So as I mentioned, it does have a 4-inch Super AMOLED screen. That's 4 inches measured diagonal. That Super AMOLED, what that's going to get you are darker darks, richer colors, and less washout in direct sunlight. Instead of putting the touchscreen technology, and this is of course a capacitive touchscreen, instead of putting it sort of on the top of the glass that's on the phone, this is actually integrated into the glass, and that's one of the ways that you get sort of that bright popping color. A little bit of Super AMOLED trivia. The resolution again is 480 by 800. Again, Android 2.2, which is nice for Samsung devices, and of course you've got TouchWiz on top, their own skin. The camera on the hump of this guy is a 5-megapixel job, which is going to take video as well at 1280 by 720, which is 720p, and it's going to do all of that at 30 frames per second. 802.11b GNN are on board for your data transfer. Again, the 1 GHz single core Hummingbird processor, 1,650 milliamp hour battery, 1,650 milliamps is what I was trying to say, and access to the 21 Plus HSPA network. So we also have on the front now something that makes us different than the outgoing Vibrant, which is T-Mobile's current Galaxy S device. You got a front-facing camera. It is a VGA resolution for video calls. Typical Android buttons across the bottom. They are capacitive buttons as well, but you can't see them. They're not like hidden. They only light up. Sometimes that can be really annoying. Menu button, home button, back button, search button. On the left-hand side, volume rocker up and down. On the right-hand side, you've got your power and lock button. Top, micro USB charging port. Got a little door. Slide that. I find that annoying sometimes on Samsung devices, but it is there. And as a sort of word of warning, if you're trying to charge this, sometimes that little door gets like stuck like halfway. You think it's all the way back. You can't figure out why your power cord keeps falling out. Push that door all the way back. Make sure it's snapped into place. And then your 3.5mm headset jack. Bottom, got your microphone, and that's about it. Back of the device sort of has a cool gray effect to it. It is plastic. Let's go ahead and pry this out and see if we've got a SIM card in there and what our memory situation is as far as expansion. Back is pretty easy to take off, so T-Mobile did indeed include a SIM card. Let's see what our memory is going to ship with. It's got this little spring-loaded mechanism, which is always nice for getting these cards out. And is going to ship with 16 gigs of internal storage. And I believe there's 1 gig already on board. So you have about just 17. And then there is that 1,650 milliamp hour battery that we were talking about. And again, just a plastic back here. So let's put this on. Let's go ahead and give it a first boot up. And of course, we'll be testing T-Mobile's 4G network a little bit further and doing a full rundown and battery tests of the device. And maybe even putting it head to head against some other Galaxy S devices. So Galaxy S 4G. I don't have a Vibrant here, but what I do have is AT&T's version, the Captivate. We can see if there's any sort of size difference here between these two, let's say, cousins. They definitely look similar, same size screens, a little different form factors though. You got the almost chrome looking ring and rounded edges here on the Galaxy S 4G as opposed to the more boxy look. From a thickness standpoint, it's probably what you guys care about most. Looks almost identical. Adding that 4G radio does not appear to add any weight, so I guess that 4G radio doesn't have any calories in it. So here we go. Using Google's location, this is probably going to look very similar to what you guys are used to. I'll go ahead and set this up, and in the next video, I will give you a full demonstration of speed and what we can expect from T-Mobile's 4G network. So for now, I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, reminding you that the Galaxy S 4G from T-Mobile will be available February 23rd for just shy of $200 with a 2-year contract. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.